Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today on this fine Saturday? Good, I hope. Is everybody ready to paint in a fun way today? I have something so fun to share with you. I'm working on a new sign. So here's all the pertinent information. Hey, Keels. You know, where to find me, blah, blah, blah. Where to follow me, where to buy my loot. Anywho, I've just been having fun drawing and talking and, you know, painting and all that jazz. How has everyone been since Thursday? Did everyone do their homework? I wonder. We have, if you didn't, that's okay. We just, you'll just have to catch up later. Do you know what I mean? So, are we ready to get started? I think so. We have 7 people watching us. So come on. So today, hey Carmen! Hi Lana! Hey Allison, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, yay! I know Allison and Keely did because they're overachievers. Anywho, today we are talking about another woman artist because heck yeah. Hi Jan! I just mailed something to you. So today we are talking about another Impressionist artist, and we've covered other Impressionist artists before, but I wanted to dive a little deeper into the world of Impressionism. It's one of my favorite styles of artistic expression because I feel like your creativity is challenged, because remember that with Impressionism there's they really focus on, hey Nancy, yay, I'm glad you did your homework, and I just mailed something to you too. It's just so hot. Isn't that pitiful? It's too hot to walk to the mailbox. God. Hi, Carolyn. You're new here. Hey, Bev Beach. Hey, Sharon. So remember with Impressionism, there's a big use of light. So you really just kind of need to be aware of the use of light. There's short, thick strokes of paint. There's thick paint application that we have not really played with today. Complementary colors. And remember, complementary colors are opposites on the color wheel. So keep that in mind today. An illusion of movement, and that you can color mix on your canvas. And we're going to do a lot of this today. So moving right along, we are going to talk about today's artist is, in English, we would say Berthe Morisot. She's a French Impressionist. She was the first French Impressionist woman, and you can imagine how that went over with the men. Not good, but I'm just going to tell you, Berthe was kind of a badass, because you know what? She didn't really care. She didn't care that they didn't want her in their realm. She just did her thing, right? So, and she just stood strong. And even once she got married and had a child, she continued with her career. And her husband totally supported her career and kind of focused on her art more than his art. Ironically, her husband was Eugene Manet, brother of Edward Manet. Interesting fact. Anyway, so what you, like what I was saying is, even once she was married, she still painted like nobody's business. So these are some of the paintings that I thought you might like to see. Hey, Renee! The Cradle, very beautiful, and lots of emotion in that. The artist's sister and her mother. Here's an interesting story about that. So when she was painting it, so I want you to kind of look for it today. Hey, Heather! When she was painting the artist's sister and her mother, she was having a little trouble with something, and so she was talking to Manet about it, and he totally like started to rework her painting of part of the painting of her mother. So if you look, she did not take kindly to that, as you can imagine. None of us would, right? But if you, so check on her, when you look at the artist's sister and her mother, be sure to, I have the fan on high because, Lordy, it's so, it's just humid here. Anyway, look at the mother and then look at the artist's sister. You'll see the slight difference in painting style. So that's kind of cool. But today, what we're going to focus on is her still life. So I will, okay, I'm going to pull up my my examples. Did that, and I hope that worked for everybody last time. Yes, 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 yes. Manet did paint a picture of her, so that's kind of interesting and cool. He, you know, he was kind of a scoundrel, and her parents weren't very happy about her hanging out with Manet. So here we go. So this is the, can you see her? So this is the painting that Manet painted of her. Beautiful. Let's see. Here's chrysanthemums. Whoops. Do you see her thick, expressive brushstrokes? Really, like, her flowers are super cool. But I can't wait to share the cool thing with you. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Doris. Let's see. She has one called... Oh, so here is the mother, the artist's sister and her mother. And so you'll see, so this is the one I want you to really look at, and you'll see, I mean, she wanted her to be darker and the sister to be lighter. She just wanted that originally, but you'll see the painting style when you look at it up close, very different, which is just fascinating. Okay, here is one, I think this might be daffodils. I don't know that that was on your list, but I think I put daisies because she did some really cool daisies, and she did some really cool there, look at the petals on that rose. She did some really cool peonies. She did some really cool, just think of all the is that too dark, or can you guys see what I'm talking about? It seems like you can see. Hey, Lena. So anyway, so you kind of have an idea about her. So as I was thinking about it, because we have covered other Impressionist painters, we've done some pointillism, we've done some juxtaposing complementary colors together, but we haven't really played with the idea of thick, expressive brushstrokes. So there's this modern movement in painting now that is combines lots of the same kinds of elements. So I can't wait to show you. So you're going to take your chalk. Remember I told you you needed chalk? Look at this. Look at this! How cool is that, right? So you're going to draw your basic design onto your substrate, whatever that is, whether it's your art journal or your art journal or a piece of paper or a can, whatever you want. I don't care. Anyway, you're going to paint it black. So that kind of creates this chalkboard, right? Then we're going to take either, I'm not kidding around when I say like just regular old chalk, or Generals has this pastel chalk pencil, which is really cool. I know that Scraps of Love used to have them. I don't know. I'm sure you could get them from any art supply place. So what I did was I drew my basic idea, right? So I did a, on this page, I created a, just a still life, right? So it's not done yet. Hey, Lori. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw out what we want to paint. So you can paint whatever you want. I don't care. It just needs to have kind of some details and know that our whole page is going to be covered in paint. So I'm going to paint my back. I'm going to paint my entire vase. I'm going to paint my tablecloth, everything. And then when that's all done and dry, here's the magic. You're going to take a paper towel and you're just going to remove, you're just going to buff out the pencil line. Then everything's going to have this black outline. It's so cool. So without further ado, let's start painting. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready to start? I hope. Did I freak you out? Is it too much? Hi, Marcy. Is it too much, you guys? Because I'm so jazzed and excited to get going. I'm going to start, let's see, where's my palette? So I just have this palette that who knows where I got it. I'm going to, so I've painted all of my flowers and the greenery. So now I'm going to, oh good, Rennie, I'm so glad, because it's so fun. So I will say that, hi, Joanne, how are you? Oh, and Melina, oh my gosh, so many old friends today. Oh, I miss seeing all of your faces so much. So you'll notice, so it's going to take you a little bit to kind of formulate your plan of what you want to draw and your kind of your layout, right? Remember that this is kind of folky, so it doesn't have to be totally realistic. But you'll notice in my, hi Kathy, hey Lori, you'll notice in my, when I'm painting my flowers, I used big thick amounts of paint, so it's gonna take until tomorrow to dry, especially if you live in a humid place, because I painted these all. Oh, thank you, Lana. Thanks, Joanne. Joanne, I'm getting ready to teach a online Bible journaling class. And hi, Olga. I haven't seen you in a bit. I hope all is well. I'm going to teach in September, starting in September, I'm going to do Facebook Live paid classes. So I'll send out information about that in an email, and I'll probably put some kind of a event thing here. I've got to figure out all the technology stuff. But I'm going to teach my big three: Bible journaling, Ooh, ultramarine sherry. Very pretty. I don't know exactly the dates. I don't know exactly because, well, I'll try and figure it out. Tell me what day of the week works best for everybody. I'm thinking Saturday or Sunday, but, let me know. Anyway, I'm going to teach my big three. I'm going to teach Bible journaling, whimsical lettering, and wordsmith art. So, anywho. So I'm going to start to paint my background. So I'm just going to use Buff from Dina Wakley. No particular reason why I'm picking this. And you'll notice my paints are all over the board. My paints are, I have Waverly, which I got at Walmart, but I got them because it was this huge, beautiful colors. And I bought like every color they had. I have Dina Wakley acrylic paint. I have Delta Cremacoat or Ceramicoat. So my paints run, it's kind of like everything else in my world. They run the gamut. So I'm going to start painting my background. And then just so I can kind of show you, hopefully something will be dry enough to show you. So I will say that I started with, when they decorate cakes and they have a crumb coat? That's kind of how I paint with acrylics. Like I get my basic outline down, and then I come in and with a second coat to kind of and that's where I mix my colors a little bit. That's where I really work on my brush strokes. So for this background, my people ask me all the time what brushes I use and things, and I will tell you that that runs the gamut too. But remember, I told you I don't spend much money on brushes. I mean, I buy quality. I just don't I don't want it to be so precious that I'm afraid to use it, so you kind of get the idea. Hi, Christy. Oh, Saturday or Sunday. Okay, perfect, because those are the best days for me too. And here's the thing: if it's a Facebook Live, so it will be a paid class, so only people who pay will have access to it. But if it's Facebook Live, you'll have access to it for a long time, right? So if you can't come on that day, it's okay. I get it. Please, if I get a chance to get out of here, please, I do. How's everybody today? So I'll tell you that Jeff and I started to watch the docuseries on Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, Last Dance. Oh my gosh, is it good? Oh yay, Jan, I'm so glad. Me too. I'm just I'm ready to take the plunge. And so it will be an awful lot like this, where I'm just sitting here blabbing in my kitchen. But we can go more in depth in things. But it'll be artsy, like it always is. If you've taken my classes before, you know that they're just always artsy. So, so this style of painting is pretty popular. You can find it on You can find some other girls doing it. I need to scoot some paints back. And then I need to turn my book so I can get to the top. Did that make everybody dizzy? Can you still see what I'm doing? Oh, thank you, Lisa. I love bright colors. I do. I can't. Although on Thursday's class, I on the paint along on the pop-in paint party, I did. I started out with my mom paintable, my newest one, and you know what? I picked kind of subdued colors, and you know what? That's totally not me, but people liked it, so maybe I should try that. That's me getting out of my own way a little bit. Trying something new out of my comfort zone. So I'm just going to paint in kind of close. I should have finished this one, but I wanted to paint along with you guys. But I did paint another page black because I then, like, once you start, you know how it goes. Then I had like another big idea, like, oh, you know what I could do? I could do it this way, or I could fill that page with this or that. So I hope that, you know, your art journal is a place for you to experiment and play. It doesn't have to be perfect. No art is perfect. It should just be a learning place, right? A place where you start to branch out in some new mediums or some new techniques, right? That's how you learn new techniques. Sometimes I even write notes to myself about that technique on the back side of that page, or like what I did, or maybe I'll keep it in a notebook. So I'm kind of just, I have a lot of paint on this brush, but I'm thinking if I came in with something, there we go. So now I have this little flat brush that I'm going to use to kind of get closer. But can I tell you, this is just old crappy. This could be from a kid's paint set. I don't know. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of pounce these in, and because then remember I'm gonna come back in with and clean up my paint strokes, right? But when I was painting the flowers, like I said, I really took a moment to really think about that I wanted to juxtapose opposite colors together, or complementary colors together, and mixing color on the palette, or on the canvas, not the palette. Sorry about that. And that you'll have a different effect, a different and remember, so then what do I want to say? It creates looser brush strokes. So think about it that way. We just want it to be loose, not precise at all, not we just want it to be nice and loose. And we want to see our brush strokes, right? So we want to see, this one was so thin, it's almost dry already. Nice and loose. And to show that movement, right? Remember we talked about that's one of the tenets of Impressionism is light. So I tried to have some darks and some lights within each flower, because remember, a flower, you can't, on a bouquet, you can't just have one light source, because flowers are so many layers, right? Highs and lows, So there's going to be many light sources, and there's going to be many areas of shadow and highlight. So you're not locked into just one, but you can create your own version of light and shadow just by mixing your paint on your substrate, right on your canvas. Your canvas being whatever your substrate is. So I could just get another paintbrush, but no, I'm just gonna try and make this one work. That's silly, isn't it? Is everybody embracing this new manner of painting? I just thought it was time to change it up a little bit. Do something new and exciting, right? Okay. So I'm going to come in. I still have some paint on this palette, so I'm going to try and get as much of it down here as possible before I clean my brush and move on to another area. And you know, painting with acrylic is very different than painting with watercolors. You don't have as much wiggle room. Once color is down, it's pretty much down. But I think that, but acrylics, you can also, your colors are so vibrant. Even if you chose a more subdued palette, your colors are still vibrant. Do you know what I mean? Watercolors, you can play with the tint. And so I'm not doing any shading on my background as much. I don't know, maybe I will after I get my base color down. That's kind of how I seem to be. That's what I did with the flowers. I just kind of put like this kind of a background, this kind of color down first. Hi, Joe. And then I came in and did some color mixing on top. So maybe I'll do that. Because I was thinking the wall, I mean, if you wanted to, if you were super ambitious, you could make it like wallpaper or, you know, whatever. Remember, we want our brush strokes to show, so don't feel the need to smooth it all out. Oh, so anyway, I was telling you that Jeff and I started to watch that Michael Jordan movie. Oh my gosh. Or not, well, I think it's 10 episodes actually. Hey, Cindy Olsen. Boy, you know, it's so good because I just remember really basketball was so fun back then. I don't find it as entertaining as I used to. I mean, I certainly could. And I think we're also hungry for sports of any kind. Maybe that felt like kind of the next best thing. But it was just fascinating, and hearing the backstory on a lot of things, Scottie Pippen, what a sad situation that is. He was the 100th lowest paid basketball player during that time, because when he signed his contract, he signed a big contract because he wanted to provide for his family. I mean, seriously. Oh my God. So watch that show, Cindy, and I would love to talk about it. Have everybody, or others, watch it so we can have a discussion about it. I know I bet Chicago was the same as Arizona, as Phoenix Keels. Like the 93 playoff games, I'm telling you, the whole city was rallied around that team. You could go to the newspaper, and I mean, you could just drive up the block of the newspaper building, and they were handing out those signs that everybody had in their windows, and it was just so fascinating. Anyway, I know we're all looking for something good to watch, aren't we? Golly. All right, let's see. I know, Cindy, me too. I just think that, boy, don't we need something like that now? But we can't. We can't because of the COVID. Yikes. So I'm still hemming and hawing about what color I want my table or my tablecloth. Yes, I believe Netflix. I think it was Netflix. And my vase. I don't know. My you know what? I have this olive color that I'm just kind of madly in love with, but I also have this gold. Maybe I'll make it gold. Isn't that crazy how you're like, how am I going to be able to use that color? What can I use it with? I think I'm going to do my background with it. I think I'm going to come in like this, do kind of an outline, and then paint the big strokes. I mean, this is much easier than around each flower, but now come in with a big brush. Maybe someday. I will say that I have been invited by the city of Peoria to take part in their second Saturday celebration of local artists and musicians. So September 12th, I will be featured on there. I'll do a 10-minute video of me, and I'm so excited. A little nervous, but super excited too. So as soon as I know more details about that, I'll let you know. Look at that gold. It's so pretty. I just love it. It's just funny because you're, covering up that black. But I'm kind of digging it. I think it'll be on I know it'll be on City of Peoria on second Saturday Facebook page. But that's what I mean. As soon as I know more details, I'll let you guys know. Ugh, look what I did. Water. You gotta love a paper towel, right? Look at that. Yay. All right. Let's see. So now I have to think about my, Hey, Aunt Mer. How are you today? I'm missing you. That's for sure. Sure, I'm telling you, someone asked me the other day, what was one of the things I missed the most during this pandemic? And I thought, hugging my family and friends. That's probably the most. And seeing their faces. There's something about seeing people's faces, isn't there? Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Well, but I will say, Facebook has kind of helped a lot, and FaceTiming and all of that. But Facebook has certainly helped with some of the faraway feelings. Like my niece just it was actually our nephew, just posted a picture of he and my niece. It's my nephew-in-law. Pat just posted a picture of their new baby Charlie, just blabbing away. And she was watching the, oh boy, I better remember correctly. I think it was the Red Sox play last night. Did the Red Sox play last night, Keely? Oh boy. That's a terrible auntie that can't remember the team that was playing. But anyway, he posted pictures of her like cheering away, and oh my gosh, it was fabulous. It just made me so happy to just see her and hear her, and hear him talking about her. And Red Sox. The Red Sox. They were watching the Red Sox play last night. And Charlie is... Because maybe you know baseball schedules, Keels. Who else knows the rundown like you? All right, let's see. I'm thinking should I do something big and colorful, or should I do something a little subdued when it comes to the vase? I don't know. Because I was thinking like shades of purple, but would that be entirely too much? Did they? Oh, Renee, that's so cool. How fascinating. Did you oh man, I bet that was so fun. All right, whatever, Keels. Cubs. I will say you're not a, Hey, Kim. Is it you or is it Maddie? Who's watching me today? Would somebody give me a suggestion on this vase, please? I'm feeling like maybe... What do you think about shades of purple? Is that entirely too much? So I have these two purples and I have this purple. What do you think? I think... Oh, both of you. Well, it's like all home week. So Kim, I was just saying that I am starting in September. I don't know the exact dates or details or anything, but I will tell you I am going to be doing online paid classes. I'm going to teach my big three. I'm going to teach my Bible journaling, whimsical lettering, and wordsmith art. You think the berry one? Let's see. Which one is berry? Iris. This one. I'm thinking it might be cool because it will be next to this gold. And that's pretty. Right? So, I'm going to start. Oh, I need to wash that. Oh, I will just tell you something. Your water, your paint water when you're painting with acrylics is way grosser than when you're painting with watercolors. That's what I think. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do, so this one I'm not gonna put on my palette. I'm just gonna come up here. Why did I make all these little bitty petals? It seemed like such a good idea last night. So I hope that everybody is making a little time to get kind of creative I know that people are still having to work in some sort of way, and they're still having to go to school in some sort of way, but I hope that everybody takes a little time to get creative, because remember, when you get creative like this, it makes you focus on something other than the pandemic or the you know, all the ickiness in the world, all the challenges in the world, because you have to focus on not getting your paint on that chalk line, right? We're painting in between the chalk line. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, because, you know, we're not making a living selling our paintings. We're just trying out a new technique, something new and fun. Kind of digging that. That deep purple, that's pretty, isn't it? Oh. You know what I was just thinking, Keels? I'm going to do that same color here, and then I'm going to do that olive there, because I'm just kind of in love with that olive. Is it? Sarah, I love that your favorite color is purple. Oh, Renee, that's so cool. Oh, okay. So it would have to be later in the day than this class, or earlier. Let me know, because we have people from all over, what works out best for everybody. I'm loving that. I poured out way too much gold, so we're gonna have to think of something. I do love that, Renee. That's so funny, because I was just peeling my paints off. I was just peeling my paints out of my palette this morning. I do kind of love that. I know, and it's kind of like this weird, satisfying thing, isn't it? To peel paint, like that plasticky, I don't know. It's just fun. And shouldn't we be looking for as much fun as we can get these days? Hey, Vanessa. I just turned in 12 states, so it will be, and I'm working on 6 more right now. So I draw them, and then I send them in to Adorn It, and then Adorn It makes them into patterns, and then they send them to their stitchers to create samples for everybody to see. So it's a little bit of a process. And you know, Adorn It's kind of got a lot of things going. They have clothes and paper and you know, all kinds of things. So, there's more on their way, that's for sure. That's for sure. I did put the extra gold because, oh, Renee, it was I totally over poured. Let's see. Are you, I presume, Vanessa, I presume you're talking about state stitchery stamps or state stitchery patterns, or are you talking about state poly stamps, photopolymer stamps? Hey, Kim. So like I said, if you can't come on the day that the class is, you can still have access to the video because I'm doing it Facebook Live, which I think is kind of the best way to go. So I'm gonna start with the olive in the in the center, like a stripe. My mom has this cool mixing bowl. That's kind of what it kind of reminds me of. It's not these colors at all. It has like a pink stripe and a blue stripe. It's a big ceramic mixing bowl. But that's what it's kind of reminding me of. You know what I'm thinking, that if this dries, I could use some of that gold in here, and I could use some of that gold up in my wall. If you look at Berthe's paintings, her walls are very, they have lots of, I'm just trying to get all this paint off. They have lots of texture. Like almost like, you know, textured plaster, which probably was all the go back then. I do have a Berthe quote, Berthe Morisot. So I have a quote by her that I thought was kind of fascinating. It is important to express oneself, provided the feelings are real and are taken from your own experience. Swear, is that like timely for now too? Holy tamale, I thought that was so good. She really was into deft brush strokes, that textured painting. She liked painting outdoors. And if you'll notice that reading is a reoccurring theme in her work, so when you're looking her up, let's see. What else do I have to tell you about? Women and children were often some of her favorite subjects. Intimate portraits of domestic life and floral still lifes. She did a lot of floral still lifes. She liked bright colors and thick brush strokes, disjointed brush strokes, applying large gobs of paint to the surface in all directions. Here's a quote someone wrote about her. She was known to do amazing things with color. Don't you want that to be said about you? How cool is that? So we're just doing some whimsical beauty today, you know? Something fun and oh, my paintbrush is too wet. Oh well. So just know that we can, remember in painting, you can rectify just about everything. So I'm going to take some of these gloves off here and do my base coat down here. Remember I just said it doesn't matter if you're, I mean, we're trying to avoid painting over the Berthe Morisot. It's spelled, let's see, it looks like birth, Berthe, Morisot, Morisot, French. Did everybody get that? So now I have the horrid task of sitting here and waiting, watching paint dry. So let's chat. Or, holy tamale, how are we doing on time? I don't even know. 50 minutes? Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just got a glimpse of my painting up on the big iPad that I have so I can read what you say. Can I say I am digging it? I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Like, I really feel like I want to do some light up in here. A little bit of, maybe I'll do a little bit of, I have a little bit of white here. Hey Tessa. I'm gonna do a little bit of this gold. That'll be pretty. And a little bit of the white up in this. And I'll do a little bit of the blue so I can get some nice mix going on up there. It just looks so flat, you know? And I just need a little tiny bit of blue. Acrylics dry quickly, but not as quickly as watercolors, so you still have a little bit of oh, come on, I'm digging that. Look at that. That looks pretty. So I'm just patting off the paint on my paper towel, but not completely, because I want to come back in a little bit more blue. Totally digging that. Okay, and I'm feeling like I want to do a little bit of this blue up here at the beginning of the petals. I think I just stuck my arm in paint. Of course. See, I'm liking this better because it doesn't feel so, it just, this flower and these orange just feel really flat to me. So I thought, do something to kind of break it up a little bit. And I'm loving that. I'm loving that, loving that, loving that. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of white. Tap, tap, tap. Thanks, Keels. I think I'm going to put a little bit of white down at the bottom. And then wash my brush out in filthy, dirty water. And then come do my tap, tap, tap. Because look at how painterly that looks. Come on, how cool is that? I'm loving that. Okay, so for orange, what if I did a little bit of blue and a little bit of white, and I just do here, here. I'm going to tap off my excess paint, and then I'm going to, that's good, Sherry. So I never got to Dave Chappelle's Mark Twain Award. Oh, that sounds good. I never got to Sweet Republic last week, so now I'm kind of, yep, I like that better. Yep. I just like to have, I think we've talked about this before. Good gravy if I am repeating myself. But, you know, most things in nature have a reflection of all the colors around them. And colors that are, you know, like reflecting off something else. So it doesn't have to be, everything doesn't have to be what you think it needs to be. It doesn't have to be shades of green or shades of blue or whatever. I have this painting that I painted in art school, and it's a little boy from Africa. And he has very high forehead, and I remember my art teacher telling me that I needed to put even if it was just a dot, I needed to represent every single color that was in my oil pastels. And so if you look closely, you see every color in his head. And you know what? It's one of my favorite things I've ever done. It is. Let's see. So just think about that when you're painting. I know, Bev. Stinking autocorrect. It always changes the words. I think it looks really good too. So I'm gonna keep painting. Am I still doing okay on time, Keels? Looks like I'm close. I'm gonna keep painting, and I hope you will too, and then I hope we share. I promise I'm trying so hard to finish up the other paintings in this book and post them on our private Facebook group. I promise. But I'm also doing art for other things, you know. I'm doing, drawing some new art printables. We have so many big things coming. I'm so excited. I'm just living my dream, girls. I am living my dream. I hope that everybody has a great Saturdays. I am so grateful for each and every one of you that come to paint with me and chat, just have a little girl time. And I hope that you research her a little more, Miss Berthe Morisot. I hope that you will research Impressionism and just different kinds of painting styles and all of the artists that we have studied. I hope that you will look for their work in your life's journey, or you Google them and find out more about them, and take the lessons that you've learned from each painting style. Take the, just know that once you paint in their style, you will, through osmosis, you're gonna absorb a little bit of that. And then that little gift is with you forever. It's in your artsy arsenal, in your noggin. And so I just think, gosh, we have made the best use of our pandemic, haven't we? We just keep making art every week. So until Tuesday, and on Tuesday we will be making art with my mom art printable, and probably watercolor and colored pencils. Thank you so very much. I hope you'll paint a picture today and stay nice and cool, and I'll see you Tuesday. Thanks so much, girls. Bye.